Okay, so I've just come downstairs to show you this. Well, this is going to be a general kit update, but this is what I was talking about that I got for subscribing to Model Rail. This is a rotary mini tool craft kit. Best way to describe it is like a Dremel but cheaper. But that's not saying it's not useful. Look at all this. Look at all the tools you get. So this is basically it. It's quite nice. The motor's not very strong. It's the only thing I'd say about it. If you were thinking of getting one, get a Dremel, I'd say. The only reason I got this is because it came free with Model Rail. So you just turn it on there, turn it off. But you get loads of different tools with it. Sanders, cotton. Well, these are described as diamond tipped things. These wheel things, rubber wheel things. And then in here you probably get the most useful ones. So in this little box you get more sanders, these kind of padded things. That should be in there. So as you can tell, I'm going to put everything back. Drill bits, these are probably going to be the most useful, in various sizes. And then these are described as cutting blades, but I use them to try to cut the plastic of the DC kits through a 3, and it kind of just melted it and created fumes, and plastic fumes are never good, so I gave up on them. I don't know what they're like at cutting other stuff, but they seem pretty pointless to me. So overall, probably quite a handy tool to have. And that's been slipping down quite a lot ever since you've been filming. Sorry for the camera slip, I've just noticed that. I don't know how apparent it will be when you're watching it, but moving on to the BR Railbus. Yep, that's right, another box. Keep all your kit projects in boxes is a tip that you get from me. Because it just keeps everything like safe. Well, all in one place. I'm not going to get lost. The camera's back up now. Right. This is the shell. All I've done so far is painted the floor a dark brown and kind of painted the walls. The only way I can describe it is a diarrhea brown. To kind of represent that kind of horrible teaking that they did in the 60s. The only other change to that is I've painted the roof a colour that's called roof black, surprisingly. More on that later. That's all I've really done to this kit. Moving on. Now we get to the big box, and this big box contains the parts for the Class 303 from DC Kits. Now this is, I call it the inspiration, or the reality check sheets. Basically, go on the internet, if you're doing any project, no matter if it's like a car, you're painting a car, you're painting a plane, you're painting a train, you're building a train, go on the internet and find as many pictures of it as possibly can. So here we have exterior, pantograph, and this is the actual one I'm modelling, the Manchester version. Because if you notice, the Glasgow ones have kind of that flip windows, whereas the Manchester ones were still unrefurbished. Get pictures of the inside. This is a picture of the cab. This is a picture clearly from the 60s, as you can tell by her dress. Picture looking forward. Picture again. Because these pictures from the inside are really great as well, because they tell you where the seats, how the seats were arranged. So yeah, get as many pictures as possible, print them off, or just have them in front of you. Nothing's changed with this. With my Christmas money I got the detailing bits from DC Kits and glue. So this is part of the underframe, that's really all I've built so far. This was really footery to put together, bits kept snapping. Until I started using the special glue that comes with it. I'll just get it out the drawer. This, I can't remember what it's called, something Butte. Also, here's another suggestion. Have different, like these boxes. This is my building box, and I also have the painting box where I keep all my paints and brushes in. So in here I keep all the things that I'll need to build stuff with. So there's the strong glue, there's this Revel glue, there's weights, my Xeon track cutters because they're useful for cutting anything else, nail clippers, really absolutely essential, nail files, absolutely essential, and glue tack. So anyway, this stuff is incredibly strong. It's absolutely amazing glue. Quite solventy though. So what else did I get from DC Kits in the detailing pack? I got these. Look at them. There's our seats. So there's like the 2 wide, there's the 3 wide, and the 1 wide variants that go in various places. Slightly scared when I saw this. Brass. I've never worked with brass before, so this could be interesting. Brass partitions. Now what I was wondering was, I don't know if any of you out there have experience of building kits, is, well these, remember I got these donated to me by someone, by a YouTuber. So these came built with the top lifting off and all the body size lifting off. But that will make it harder for me to fit the seats and the partitions and everything. So I was thinking, would it be easier for me, for the central carriage, to kind of build it so only the roof lifts off, and then just kind of have a bit of blue tack keeping it on. If you know, kind of email, post a comment. Also I'm planning on getting these LED lighting strips that you can put along the roofs, self-adhesive, 12 volts, and connect them up to the decoder. DCC supplies do supply them, these type of kits, but they're really expensive, like £12 for a short strip and a bit of wiring, and it's just no. Because I went on eBay and I saw that for the same £12 you could get 5 meters of the strips in the same colour, and you can get wiring, loads of wiring. I'll get like this bumper pack of wires and heat shrink. So also transfers, which I won't really be needing many of them. Paints, precision paints. They're actually they're quite nice. Solventy, quite thick. You need to dilute them a bit with white spirit. Very solventy actually. Definitely need to have a window open when you're making them, when you're using them. And this is the coolest part of the kit. Is the pantograph. And I spent many an hour doing this. It flicks up. Look at that, look, it boings. That's really cool. I'm glad I paid £11 for it. That was really cool. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, keep things in a box as well. It's a good tip from me. This is the metal cab detailings. I'm not too worried about working with metal. I've worked with metal before, but it's that brass I'm kind of worried about. It's flimsy. So anyway, I'll be doing kit updates, and I've also been looking at DC kits. They actually have a lot of really nice kits for reasonable prices. So there's Derby lightweight kits. That's quite fancy one of them. Because when you're building them, you get the satisfaction of building them. You don't just buy them, plonk them on the rails, and then that's good. I like doing that. But it's quite nice to have something you've built. That was one of the reasons why I did Warhammer many a year ago, but I kind of gave that up because of the other. I didn't like the other aspects. I found pretty stupid, like the actual game playing and all the other people who played Warhammer. No offense to you who play Warhammer. I just realised I may have offended all of you there. So I'm approaching 10 minutes. This was supposed to be a little sub part. I speak too much. Just to show you this. Oh, this is my computer monitor. Right. Little Caledonian Railway plug. It's one of my favourite tunes when I was younger. It sits on my desk. And also, on my Acer monitor I put a P in the front for the word pacer. You know, mostly hate pacers, but they're quite weird, I think. I've never ridden on one before. I tried when I was in Manchester, but I didn't need to. and the security staff are really strict down there. So yes, that was what I was going to say. DC Kits, on their website, they have a company called Real Models, and they do a selection of ready-to-run class pacer things, which are useful, and they're quite reasonably priced. They're only £100, and for that you could probably get a Hornby one. They come in Northern and Metronet, or whatever it's called, livery, and they're really detailed. Also, Hornby are coming out with a new pacer in Northern livery, but it's really exciting. So anyway, this was meant to be a short update, but I was thinking 4 or 5 minute update, but of course I've managed to expand it into 2 parts. This one will have up 12 minutes, the one previously probably 15, might even be 3 parts when you're watching it. I'm going to do some interesting editing. So you'll see this uploaded at some point, then you won't see a lot for a while because exams and stuff, and probably because I'll be building this kit. It's going to take quite a while, quite a lot of concentration to get right. I'm sure there'll be a few rough edges everywhere. So yeah, thank you for watching.